Well, today, guess what? Today, guess what? I don't even know if this damn thing's recording sound or not. Anyways, today, guess what? Let me see here. Cleanliness. Like I've told a few people in the past, I like cleanliness because it's a great way to get rid of problems. As far as cleaning your laundry, brushing your teeth, things like that, and organizational skills. Garbage, getting rid of it properly is a great way to solve a problem. Cleaning your air filters regularly for your furnaces. Another thing. Because all that garbage you bring into your house and you trap in your house, it's what's irritating you while you sleep, while you eat, while you move. So getting rid of it is a great way to clean your environment. Now, what I got yelled at for once by a cop while I was doing this to my apartment, because I was being haunted magnificently, terrifically, and it was really irritating, is I vacuumed all the carpeting, shampooed all the carpeting, washed all the walls, opened all the windows, turned the heat off, changed the air filters, replaced all the light bulbs, removed as many oddball screws and nails that were put there by prior tenants, and basically toothpicked my way through every possible problem that existed in my apartment just to resolve an issue. Now, by the time I was dang near finished doing that, I got evicted because my landlord's kid, or landlord, I don't know which one was which, decided while I was pooping, and because I opened the windows, turned the heat off, while I was using the toilet, even though I was basically finished when he was knocking, to enter my apartment without permission and or 24-hour notice. And when I proceeded to tell him, you're breaking into my apartment and I'm going to be calling the police now because that's trespassing, he said, go ahead. And when the cops got there, they said, because I had the garage at one point that was part of my rent, because I was the one supposed to be doing the shoveling as well as the lawn mowing. But my upstairs neighbor asked me if he could use the garage for the winter because he had like a, just to make it easier for him because it's winter, get in and out of his vehicle, starting, cleaning, maintenance, whatever. I said, fine, that's okay with me. Just don't be a dick about it, basically. He's using my property, basically. I'm paying rent, so I consider it my property. This guy decided to lock me out of my own garage. So I said, hey, I'll turn the electricity off to the garage because I had the service breaker in the basement. So I turned it off, turned the heat off to my apartment when I would leave my apartment, save electricity, because, or gas even, keep my rent low, be a great tenant and whatnot. Well, needless to say, the kid that lived upstairs was complaining to our landlord that I was turning the power off to the garage. That was mine. And that's the reason they were entering my apartment, was to turn the power back on. Now, when the police got there, the police were like, nobody does that. Nobody turns the heat off in their apartments to save power. I was like, oh, really? He goes, well, because everything's included, isn't it? I said, yeah, everything's included. But do you think my landlord wants to pay more in heat than she, or could have been him, has to? So technically, by regulating the heat, I could turn it to 53 when I leave, turn it back to 68, 69 when I return, turn it to 62 while I'm sleeping. According to the Heat Institute, or whatever the hell it is for saving energy with heat, you turn it to like 62 or something like that while you're sleeping, back to 68 when you're awake. It saves energy because, well, whatever, it does. But the police and the landlord, or whoever the hell he was, her kid, I don't fucking know, we're like, nobody does that. I said, okay. So then they filed to have me evicted, and then they dropped the eviction after I moved. But, I was like, F it, gotta go, crazy people don't need to deal with them. So cleanliness, people, think about it. If you're a hoarder or whatever the heck, get shelving, because you can still have a mess in your house, you just don't have to kick it all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You can wall-to-wall shelve your entire freaking home, apartment, or whatever, and put all your stuff there. And then you'll be able to find it and access it, as well as get rid of the garbage a hell of a lot easier. As far as any other normal person that knows how to use a garbage can and a sink, I'm not saying anything, All you gotta do is be clean. When you bring stuff into your house so you can use it. Once you're done using it, bring it back outside. That way you don't have to smell garbage cans. That way you don't have to worry about the trap of this stuff. How about this? Now, I know it's a lot of work, but it can save a lot for a headache. I was just basically inspired to this. Leave all your canned food items outside or in the garage. Because unless you're eating them, what's an extra 15 steps each direction to get those canned food items, to cook them, to eat them, and then to do the same by removing them? It's not too much of a hassle. It just gives people something to bitch about. Well, I have cupboards for whatever the heck. Yeah, you have cupboards to keep dishes in. Okay? You don't have cupboards necessarily to keep food, and this is just an idea as far as keeping garbage away from you, because like ants or mice or whatever, they're attracted to food. So the headache that can follow you because of the food you got, if you leave it in your garage, it ain't messing with you while you're trying to sleep, now is it? As far as vacuuming, you know how they say spring cleaning? You know what you do when you spring clean? You open all your windows, you turn your heater on, you replace the heater filter, and you clean every bit of your house you possibly can. Who cares if it's winter? That's what a thermostat's for. Do the same thing. Once a month, make it a habit to completely wall-to-wall clean as much as you can in your home, because you don't want garbage following you. There's enough problems with going to work, dealing with co-workers, dealing with the 30th check part of the month to pay bills. Just another thing for you to know. If you're going to use a checkbook, only use it for the 30th of each month to pay your bills. Otherwise, get plastic or use cash. Okay? It's just a helpful little thing for people to know. Anyway, so make it like once a month. That way, if you still got a headache, it makes it easier to find, because you'll be like, okay, this section's cleaned and organized, this section's cleaned and organized, this section isn't. This must be where the problem is. A lot easier. Lady in Manitowoc took my advice. I'd have to say she was probably quite happy. She probably went and said this: man, I had no idea there was that much dirt in my carpeting. And you know what? I got a headache and a problem left. As far as a headache, it was the problem leaving. I think that's what she said. But the point is, all that crap you bring in your house, you don't want it there. So don't complain about it. Do something about it. Clean. You take showers, you brush your teeth, you do your hair, you spend tons of time making sure your clothes and whatnot look nice. Why not take the place that you live in the most, besides where you work? Because even at work, they say cleanliness. Clean your workspace, organize your workspace. Why don't you do it at home, people? Okay, so that's for today so far. Hopefully the sound portion is working, because I got no freaking idea if it did, and hopefully all that I just said was recorded, because to try and remember it would be a sure pain in the ass. Anyways, thank you for dropping the eviction notice at the court system, Mrs. Gamble. I appreciate it, and tell your son, no offense to him, there's a reason there's tenant laws in every state, county, and so forth. It's so that way some kid can't just walk into somebody else's house and get shot and killed by the owner or tenant because they failed to make a notice. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people, trust me, I looked at a house I wanted to purchase where the guy actually put shotgun primer shells, if not just the shotgun shells and whatnot, as a safety catch hooked into each one of his doors. If you open the door without him being the one releasing it, or you knowing how to do it, the shotgun shell would fire off and it would come down. Imagine having that kind of person as a tenant and him walking in the house. He'd be dead today. Get what I'm saying? Other than that, have a nice day.